message. Good afternoon, students. I hope all of you are in good condition. Today I will start Indian economic development, particularly the chapter's name is rural development. I think the chapters before this, there is 1, 2, 3 or 4 have been discussed by ma'am. Oh, all this have done. So, I hope you will be able to follow my class after that part. So, I am starting rural development. Who is present? Write your name, please. 12 arts. Jyotirmoy, naki? Only Jyotirmoy? I hope so. Good afternoon, Jyotirmoy. Jyotirmoy, I think that rural development has not been started by ma'am. Rural development has not been started by ma'am. So, Nitu, who are present? One is coming, another is going, something happening such. So, I may start rural development. May I start rural development? Okay. I think so. So far as I got information, rural development has not been started. So, I am going to start rural development. Okay? Yes, sir. Start. You know that rural means what? Countryside. Rural means countryside which is situated outside the towns or cities. Is it not? Outside the towns or cities. And for this reason it is called countryside. The basic feature of rural areas is the density of population is low and it is among the lap of nature, that is rural areas, village, lap of nature. The population is not dense, that is not densely populated area. Not densely populated area is called rural. The rural areas is more or less away from the towns or cities. These areas are situated on the lap of nature. Prokritir kole thake, gram. In India, why we are going to start to study rural areas? We are going to study rural areas because without the development of rural areas, the development of the country cannot be done. Rural areas, the people who live there, they are the feeder of the people of the country as a whole. They are the feeder, none other than the village people feed us who live in urban areas. Once you know that in India particularly, 70% of the total population, 70% of the total population live in rural areas. Unfortunately, still now, after 70 years of independence, after 70 years of independence, the glimpse of development can be seen in the cities only, not in the rural areas. All comforts go to the people of the cities and towns, and the people of rural areas have to suffer a lot even after 70 years of independence. The situation of rural areas has not significantly changed even after independence. So, for rural development is concerned, we must look out the development of the village areas, and without the development of the village economy, rural economy, the total development of the country cannot take place. So, development of the rural areas decides the development of India, because most of the people, I have already told you, 70% of the population resides in rural areas. Without their development, nothing can be done. Without their development, nothing can be done in the field of development. Now, Mahatma Gandhi, the father of nations, once told that real progress of India does not mean the growth and expansion of cities or towns, but the development of the rural areas, because only the development of the cities or the towns cannot develop the progress standard of the total people in India, because 70% are left, only development of 30% can be done. So, development of 30% of the people cannot increase the total development of the country people. Total development requires the development of the village people. So, real progress of India means the development of the village people, the development of the farmers, that is, in as a whole we may say the development of the rural areas. And that can be done with the help of the development of human resources. What are the human resources? Human resource means health, literacy, skill, education of men and women both, skill development, health development, education development, sanitary development, land reforms, all these are required for the total development of the country as a whole. So, rural development depends upon these factors, the development of literacy, that is spread of education, skill and brain, education, not only education, the development of skill also required, human resource like health development, the facilities of health must be present even in the village, and sanitation system should be developed, land reforms should take place. All these are required for the development. Now, credit. Now, what are the some of the factors that are required for the development of the rural people, that is rural development? First is credit. Without credit, that is money, supply of money or money, the development of the people, whether he is living in the town or village, it cannot be done. It cannot be done. The development depends on the supply of money. But supply of money through banks uselessly to the people is not the factor. Economic activity requires for this exchange. So, credit, agriculture requires funds. Most of the agricultures are poor and they have less and less capital. They are unable to invest a lot of capital to increase the production. It does not only hinder his own economic development, but the development of the country as a whole. But the development of a country as a whole, পুরো country development কে কমিয়ে দেয়. So agriculture requires funds. What for? For purchasing quality of seeds, cattle, pumping sets, now tractors, tubewells, threshers, harvesters, etc. And in order to meet the demand of all these requirement, the cultivators requires a lot of money. Cultivators requires a lot of money, and so credit is necessary for them. If they get loan from the bank at lower and lower rate of interest, they can take the loan and utilize or invest in the field of agriculture, which will not only develop their economic standard, but also increase the total production, which is beneficial for the country as a whole. Now, what are the sources of credit in the rural areas, that is village? In olden days, what we have found? That money lender was the chief source of loan, and they demanded very high rate of interest and conditions which are completely against the cultivators and in favor of the money lenders. It is not. So, but the cultivators require loan to purchase fertilizer, I have already told you, seeds for irrigation, in developing irrigation system, etc., etc. And labors also, to hire labors also. So they had to take loans from the money lender at a high rate of interest, and after harvesting the crops, they would have to sell all the crops at a lower rate of interest and pay the money within loan with interest, and they had nothing to left in their hands. তাদের হাতে কিছুই থাকতো না. And that credits are three types: short term, long term, and mid term. Short term, 1 to 4 years or 4.5 years. Mid term, 5 years. Long term, more than 5 years. And according to the law, if they would take loan from them, then they had to pay it with interest. Now, what are the sources of credit? Number one, non-institutional, and number two, institutional. Number one, non-institutional, money lender, and institutional loan, that is non-institutional loans, money lender, and institutional loans, commercial banks, cooperative banks, regional rural banks, agricultural credit cooperative society, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, self-help group. All these are institutional source, credit source. These are beneficial for the loan taker, that is cultivator. So, Non-institutional is the money lender, friends, relatives, business persons. And institutional money lenders are banks, mostly banks, commercial banks. First, government can do it. Government, commercial banks, regional rural banks, agricultural credit cooperative societies, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, যাকে আমরা এক কথায় বলি NABARD, self-help group. All these are the institutional sources of loan, and the Poor Women's Bank, which grew in the south part of the country, Okay. So I am writing you the institutional sources of credit. Well, number one, yes, non-institutional. Non-institutional sources of credit. Non-institutional sources of credit, right? I have discussed this, that is money lender, friends, relative, etc., etc. And number two is institutional. This is more important. Institutional sources of credit. এর আন্ডারে হচ্ছে কি নাম্বার ওয়ান, গভর্নমেন্ট। First one is government. Government gives loan. Government gives loan but grants loan to the farmers during emergencies. Emergencies like what? Emergencies like flood, drought, or any other natural calamities. During flood or drought or any other natural calamities, the government gives loan to the cultivators, because due to these bad calamities, flood, the cultivators became moneyless, penniless. They require a lot of money to cultivate their land. In order to meet their demand, the government lend loans at lower rate of interest. It is one of the sources of institutional sources of loan. And secondly, commercial banks. B, commercial banks. The origin of the commercial bank is to lend loans to the public, but in this case they gave loan to the agriculturist, that is the cultivators, at negligible rate of interest, what they could not get from the non-institutional sources. So the banks, particularly the commercial banks, gives loan at a lower rate of interest. And you know, after nationalization of commercial banks, in which year can you say, in which year commercial banks were nationalized? In 1969. First 14 banks were nationalized. 14 banks were nationalized. So after nationalization of banks, the spread of commercial banks on different regions took place. So credit system or availability of credit to the cultivators became easier. Availability of credit became easier. So, the regional rural banks did something good for them. Now the commercial banks also gives loan, but slightly more than the cooperative banks. Cooperative banks, you know, cooperative banks in Burdwan. In Burdwan, the cooperative central cooperative bank is situated by the side of the GT road near Municipal Boys High School. You will find it. Their aim was behind the establishment of this bank was to help the cultivators, farmers, to continue their production so that for lack of seeds, fertilizer, irrigation system, they must not suffer and the production is hampered. If production is hampered, then not only the landowners is deprived, but also the country people will be deprived because supply of paddy or wheat or something else will decline, which is dangerous for the country people. Therefore, in order to maintain the supply of crops, the government arranged loans through commercial bank as well as cooperative societies and cooperative banks. Particularly the cooperative societies, third C, cooperative societies or banks, cooperative banks and societies also lend loan at a very lower rate of interest, so that the farmers can continue their production without any hesitation and taking loan at a lower rate of interest. It is the real picture. And this cooperative bank, under this central cooperative bank, there are so many societies work in the village, and that were run by the village people. They give loan at lower interest and collect the principal with interest after harvesting period and repay it at times. So, the cultivators have not to go anywhere, for finding loan at higher rate of interest. Before this, they had to go to the money lender or somewhere and had to take loan at higher rate of interest, so they had to face loss. Number 3, regional rural banks, cooperative D, regional rural banks. Regional rural banks. Regional rural banks. So, as supplement of the commercial banks, these regional rural banks receive deposit from the customers or the depositors and lend loans to them, particularly to the marginal farmers, small businessmen, artisans, etc. And these were exclusively to the needs of the weaker section of the people who cannot take loan from the commercial banks or any other banks, but they may go to the regional rural banks and can take loan at very lower rate of interest. And you know that next point is agricultural credit cooperative societies. These are most important source of agriculture. These are most important source of agriculture. And land development bank provide long-term bank. You will find land development bank by the GT road in between Karjan Gate and Burdwan railway station. They give loan particularly for the land development. And now next National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, National Bank for Agriculture, DE, National Bank for Agriculture, NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Development, তাই তো, and Rural Development, and Rural Development. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, NABARD. NABARD, NABARD. This is the abbreviation of NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So it gives short-term loans for crop production. It also provides long-term loans by way of refinance assistance to land development banks. And last one is self-help group. In order to help the formal credit, SHGs, that is self-help groups, have emerged recently. Credit sanction is sanctioned to the needy member of the society to be repayable at reasonable rate of interest. So all these 6 points are important for the development, agricultural development. And number one, another point may be added with it, that is, which is newly added in South India, the Poor Women's Bank, Kudumbashree. The name of bank is Kudumbashree, of Women-Oriented Community Bank, to removing poverty, and they took program in Kerala particularly, and gives loan to the very poor people at minimum rate of interest. So Kudumbashree also may be included with the Poor Women's Bank, which does good work for economic development. So by giving credit, sanctioning credit. Now if you have any question, you may ask out of my discussion. Is there any confusion or any question you want to know? You may ask, please. Is there any? Yes sir or no sir? Right, please. The time is over. Please write.